Hello everybody, welcome back, and I am TheChornick, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to review Pokemon XY&Z episode number 23. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, now this episode, 10 out of 10. I rated 10 out of 10. This episode was so epic and awesome, and the battles were perfect. I have to rate it a 10 out of 10. This episode was amazing. And we will start from the beginning and go to the end, shall we? Now, this episode was freaking fantastic. I know I'm gonna might jump around because I'm about to go freak out. You know what I'm saying? Because this episode was pristine. But ladies and gentlemen, from the beginning, we had Clemont. He wanted to see if what they could find out about Ash-Greninja and what's going on with their synchro evolution. What's about it? So Clemont invents this mini little Clemont, and somehow he's able to record the past. And so he kind of breaks the fourth wall that way, and he records the past, and he shows Ash, having, Mega Charizard, Ash-Greninja, and he's like, oh, we gotta find out what this whole deal is. So he invents these little wrist things, and he put them on Ash and put them on Greninja, and then he goes and wants to fight Ash to see what happens, and what happens when they synchro evolutionize, and what happens to their waves or heartbeat sensing. I don't know what the waves were all about, but it's something to do with like their life force. I'm just gonna say. And so and so they were like trying to track their rhythm or beat or whatever the little lines things were. And so Clemont goes in and faces Ash. The thing is, this was completely unexpected. I did not expect to see this, but Clemont was battling Ash in the very beginning with freaking Luxray, and thank God Luxray didn't use freaking Swift. Oh my God, thank you, Lord. Yes, thank you for answering my prayers, ladies and gentlemen. Freaking Luxray did not use Swift. 10 out of 10 episode. Boom, right there. 10 out of 10 episode. We don't even have to go any further yet. We don't have to go any further. He just didn't use Swift. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Luxray looked freaking terrifying going into this battle. The first battle with just Clemont was just intense and epic as it was. Powerhouse Pokemon, Greninja and Luxray going at each other. And Luxray looking freaking terrifying, using its electric terrain again. And just unleashing freaking electric power, man. He was like, rah! You know what I'm saying? And he just unleashes everything, and then he uses his electric attacks, not Swift, thank God. And he just goes in and faces off against Greninja and them tangle for a while. But then Clemont calls it off because he notices that Greninja's not, doing what he wanted him to in synchro evolutionize. So they were just getting worn out and tired, but Greninja didn't look like it was doing anything to him. He wasn't like getting, transformed, I guess you could say. But so he called it off, and then Alain comes. Alain comes, and Puni-chan, this is something to note, is that Puni-chan hid, which I'm guessing it means that Puni-chan knows who Alain is, and he hid from him because he knows he's bad news. He has affiliations with Team Flare, and so that's just kind of a note to point forward. So when Ash and Alain face off eventually in the future for real, like when they have the whole Team Flare issue and they're actually against each other, that's going to be really, really interesting, but that's kind of foreshadowing the future, I believe. But that was some little nice note to see there. So Puni-chan didn't get to really see the fight because he was hiding from Alain. But anyway, so the next thing that happens is that, obviously Luxray and Greninja are worn out from the battle, so they have to go in the Pokemon Center to get healed up. And then Ash is like, hey, Alain, let's fight to the death. And Alain's like, sure, man, yes. And then he sends out Matang, and then Ash was like, oh yeah, and he throws out Noivern, and then Pikachu was like, what? I want to fight. And then Ash was like, oh, I'm so sorry. But obviously I give props that Ash recognized that Noivern needed experience, so he sent out Noivern and not Pikachu, but Pikachu was pretty upset. But I have to say Pikachu probably would have won if Ash used Pikachu. Just saying Pikachu would have won because, Pikachu's Pikachu. But Noivern did need experience, but Noivern did a pretty good job. I mean, even that battle with the two powerhouses of Noivern and, Batang attacking each other, that was a pretty serious battle, and, there's explosions everywhere, and Noivern did a pretty good job even though it lost, but that was pretty serious. But then it led on to the next epic fight that was Greninja and Charizard. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, oh my gosh, it was freaking epic. It was just ridiculously awesome. You know, Charizard comes off immediately with a Dragon Claw and just nails freaking Greninja up in the head and just makes it lean back. And it was freaking ridiculous. It was awesome. And then, like, everyone was like, whoa! Like Charizard gave no crap whatsoever. He just boom right into Greninja's face. And then Greninja came back and started swinging too. And the battle just got more and more epic as it went on. Because eventually, it managed to nail Charizard several times. And Charizard and Alain got hyped up. And they were like, whoa. And they got really excited for this battle. And so when Greninja was finally knocked down to the point where he was just kind of struggling to get up, he was like growling. He's like Gokuga, blah, blah, blah. You know, so he starts like growling as he slowly gets up, and then all of a sudden they start their transformation. Ash and Greninja start combining together to form the Ash-Greninja. You know what I'm saying? It was freaking ridiculous, but it was awesome. It was cool. It was amazing. And ladies and gentlemen, when they were combining together, it was like, I love that moment. It's so intense. Like, they made it so intense, and they made it more intense. They added some weird, like, helicopter sound to it. And it was just kind of like, and then there's like, and they look at each other and they scream and yeah, you know what I'm saying? Oh my god, it feels so good. It feels so nice. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, then they attacked straight on into freaking Charizard, and oh my gosh, and then just everything was perfect about that battle. It was just so awesome, and Greninja and Charizard landed some serious hits on one another. And then the final clash was when Charizard was going in with his Dragon Claw, and then Ash-Greninja was going in, I think with Aerial Ace or something, or Cut, whatever the move is. But he came in and they hit each other. Charizard looked like he got the edge because he took his claw and he hit Greninja backwards a little bit, but then Greninja like came back swinging in a helicopter like move, and again the little helicopter sound was like, and then all of a sudden he's like, boom, slam right into freaking Charizard and knocked him through into the ground right next to Alain. It was freaking epic, and that battle was just pure perfection. I just loved it. I loved it so much, and Greninja looked like a freaking boss, and just like the intensity of each one of these matches was just perfect. I loved it. It was all three battles that were extremely intense in one episode. I got so hyped up, and I bet all of you guys who've seen it so far, bet you guys have also really loved it too. But then Ash obviously had his about to die moment, and so Ash, he basically, I don't know what happened, but I guess their heartbeats or something, that they started going out of sync. Because, you know, it's Sync Evolution, so they started going out of sync somehow after Greninja landed that serious hit, and I guess Ash felt something and he lost control of the Sync Evolution, I can't say that word, with Greninja, and so he went into like this world that we see in the opening where he's like seeing Greninja walk away, and after that he faints like epically, and he just like lays there like dead. And so everyone's like freaking out, like, what the heck happened? And Greninja like turns back into normal and like lands on his knees, and he's like, oh my god, what the heck just happened? But yeah, later on he wakes up and everyone's like worried about him, but luckily he's okay and everything. But that was pretty serious and interesting where that's gonna lead to and how Ash is gonna handle that and control that. So right before Alain leaves, Ash asks him if he's going to the Kalos League, and Alain says no, but it sounds fun. And so I guess we're not going to see him then. We're not going to see him in the league. But I think Alain would be a great last battle for Ash to win the league over. You know, Ash defeating Alain. I think Alain would be a perfect final battle for Ash in the league. I think that would be, but I guess he's not going to be in there. So, oh well. Maybe we will. Maybe he changes his mind. Who knows? But I guess we won't see him. But so after that, Alain leaves, and then Ash turns his hat around, looks at his gang like a boss, and he's like, I'm going to become Greninja. And then everyone's like, what? But yeah, go Ash, become that Greninja. I don't know what you mean by that, but we'll find out later on, ladies and gentlemen, when he has become more in sync with Greninja. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 awesome episodes. epic episodes after this filler. I love you all. Peace out. Thank you very much.